Hey everybody, how you doing? It's about a little after 10 o'clock on Wednesday night. Everything's right on track. It's fallen into place perfectly, actually. It looks like the rain snow line is somewhere in central Pennsylvania right now, so it's going to be approaching to the east and southeast pretty rapidly. Tons of moisture with this. Um, the 8 to 12 call that I made yesterday, there's no reason at all for me to deviate from that. It's still 8 to 12, and there's going to be, again, like yesterday, pockets that might be up to 14. You might see a couple places that have a little bit more than 12, but generally it'll be 8 to 12. I think most places around Philly into Jersey are going to see closer to the 12. I think the 8's going to be a little bit further west, Delco, Montgomery County, Bucks County, those places might get closer to the 8, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a general 8 to 12 in the area. The changeover to snow should be pretty soon, relatively soon, I think by midnight in Philadelphia, a little bit later as you get closer to the shore. Probably 3, 4 o'clock in the morning when you get down to Atlantic City and Cape May and places like that. But like I said, everything's right on track. I don't see any difference from last night to tonight. The models this morning, the American models, wanted to take away some of the precip and push it down towards the south, but they bounced right back in the afternoon and early evening runs of the models were right back north. So that's why I didn't deviate this morning. I was a little disappointed that the temperature went up into the 40s. I was kind of hoping it would stay in the 30s so we wouldn't have to wait so long for the changeover. I just went out about 20 minutes ago. It's raining pretty hard here in Cherry Hill. The big story right now is the fog. It's unbelievable how hard it is to see out there. You had to keep the low beams on, and it was really pretty thick fog out there, and that's because you're getting some warm water, the rain that's pretty warm over the cold, the ice and the snow that's left over, and when it hits, it makes fog. So this is something we've seen before. And I'll tell you, this storm's kind of weird because usually you don't see it around the Northeast where you have rain. Well, let's go back yesterday. You had rain, snow. It started out as snow, went to sleet, then it went to freezing rain for a long time, and then it went to rain. And then today, we're transitioning back the other way. And you don't really see that very often. And temperatures are crashing tremendously. By tomorrow night, we'll be in the single digits. So a lot of this standing water is going to be frozen, and you're going to have snow on top of it. So what's going to happen is when you're shoveling tomorrow, when you first start, you're going to be shoveling Friday probably, because I think this is going to end sometime later on Thursday, probably after 6, 7 o'clock, I guess. It's hard to pinpoint exact end times, but I would think by 5, 6 o'clock, maybe 7 o'clock, it's all over. But when you shovel on Friday morning, it's going to be pretty easy when you first start because the top snow is going to be very fluffy and light because the temperature is going to be very cold. But as you get closer to the bottom, don't forget, you have a lot of rain, so there's water. You're going to have wet snow that's going to fall because when the temperature finally drops to freezing, that it's only going to be 32 degrees. That snow is going to be heavy, wet snow. So there's going to be a sheet of ice below the snow. So shoveling is going to be tough on Friday. At first, you're going to think, oh, this is pretty easy. It's real light. You can just brush it off almost with a broom. And then when you get down to the bottom, you're going to need almost an ice pick to try to break up the ice. So we're still on track. I hope everybody enjoys the snow. I know I will. And like I said, I think it's March. So most likely this is the last big snowstorm that we're going to have. But I don't think we're done with the snow. We're certainly not going to be seeing the wicked cold that we've gotten over the last month and maybe 6 weeks. Like I said, on Thursday, we're going to drop Thursday night, Friday morning into the single digits. But I think that's the last time you'll see single digits in this winter. I can't imagine we're going to get single digits later into March. It's almost impossible. but doesn't have to be in the single digits to snow. So as we get into mid-March, I think we may have another shot at some snow, heavy wet snow. It will never be a real cold one, but certainly we're no longer in the grip of a tremendous winter. This is the last hurrah for that. So enjoy it while it's here, and be safe. And I will update tomorrow.